Welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica Foley. Along with me, we have Carrie Stansbury, who is the Executive Director with Cajun Coast. And it is that time of year again, Eagle Expo. If you can see the smile on my face, my cheeks are up because I love the eagles and it's so beautiful. Now, many of you may say, well, we're surrounded by lots of birds, but sometimes you have to go deep to find those eagles and find them in their actual natural habitats, because eagles are kind of some finicky individuals. The little birds, they have to have a, I think it's like the tree has to be pretty specific. They have to put so many branches. They're huge.
Yes.
Their nests are
yes,
huge.
they're like 5 to 6 feet.
Yes, and I've gone at least twice on the expo, and when I tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great. But 17 years, you guys have been doing this for 17 years. Does it even seem that long?
Yeah, no, it does not seem that long.
Yeah.
We've had lots of different incarnations of the event. We've done it different ways. We've had, different people that have been involved, and so we just kind of tweak it and see where we go, just to keep it fresh,
Yes.
to keep it exciting for us as well.
Right. But what I do love too is that you bring the birds to the people.
Yes.
It's definitely one of the local favorites. The children love it. The parents love it, because now you're taking the birds and you're bringing them to the people. But again, what I love is actually going out to their actual natural habitat. But let's talk about Wings to Soar, because that is more of the local aspect where
Yes.
everybody can get involved.
Yeah, several years ago, we knew that we wanted to do an educational component, and we wanted to bring it to the schools. But what do you do? And so the 7th graders are studying biology in the schools at that age. So that's why we cater to the 7th graders. We go to 4 junior highs. We go to Franklin Junior, Patterson Junior, Morgan City Junior, and Berwick Junior. Also on the Wednesday, we do an event in the morning at 10 a.m. for students that are homeschooled, parochial, or private schools that can come. And then on Thursday evening, we do an event that's open to the public.
Yes. And that, of course, is free.
It's free.
Yes.
We have a sponsor for that. We're very thankful to the Atchafalaya Trace Heritage Area that provided the funds for that.
And even if you've never been, but I will give you one little spoiler. I think it's a vulture or it flies over your head.
Casey.
Yes, and very safe, just in case you're like, I don't want a bird fly. Very safe, but it's just like, it's almost like it's up close and personal. And it's also definitely a learning experience.
Absolutely, we live in South Louisiana. We're surrounded by beautiful wildlife, and we need to learn to protect and to appreciate what's around us.
Yes. And you said something, it's around us, but do you know how many people don't really know that we have a really large eagle population?
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing sometimes that, that we still, to this day, even people that see them all the time, there's something about the eagle that is just so fascinating. And
in addition to that, although we are talking about these beautiful birds, there are other birds I've learned about, cormorants. Again, I'm a city girl, and I've come out here and I have a very fond appreciation of the natural habitat, our environment that we live in. But here's the biggest draw, and that is the boat tours. And that's what I mean about going into their actual natural habitats. You're going into the Atchafalaya Basin. You're going into places like Bayou Black, right?
Yes.
So tell us about the tours.
Yeah, we have several boat tours that are going out to the Atchafalaya Basin and to Bayou Black. And in this area, there are, I think, over 300 documented eagles in this area. They obviously nest. They love the cypress trees, but you will see them because there's an overpopulation in our area. So you'll see them in trees that are not traditionally sturdy. You'll see them in pine trees. They don't last very long because it's not sturdy enough. You'll see them in very unusual places sometimes because they are very territorial and they like to have their space. But again, we're going to go out. You were talking about something of wonder. I remember one time I was on one of the boat tours, and there was a flock of about 200 white pelicans. And as we're curving we're in the water, and they just all left the water at one time, and it was so amazing to see this beauty in nature. And you know, and I think that there's so much going on in our lives right now. It might be a nice time that, you know, you might have somebody has a boat, but if you just want to chill out and get on our boats and just look at nature.
Yes, I love it. So look, the more we're talking about it, I'm revving up. And again, it's not just about the eagle, although that is the draw, but there are other beautiful birds that you don't necessarily see all the time. We see the under the bridge, we see those pigeons all the time. It'll be nice to see some other beautiful birds.
Yes.
Come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. And we're talking about Eagle Expo, 17 years. I don't know if that means a lot to you because that means, yeah, that means I'm getting older. But it means that it's working and people really enjoy going. And so even if you are a local, it's different from actually being out there on the water. But in addition to that, you have other educational events and activities that you can partake in. Do you have speakers?
Yeah, we have speakers on Saturday morning. We're going to have Krista, who's going to talk about the Purple Martins. We have Eric Johnson, who is with the Louisiana Audubon Society, and he's going to do some presentations. And then also we're going to talk about the Lanier Project, the National Estuary, and we're going to have someone from the Atchafalaya Heritage Area and LumCon who are on the committee, and they're going to talk about the estuary program and what it can do for us in St. Mary Parish.
And that particular program, Excel, is
Yes.
actually working with Lanier. So
Yes,
yeah.
and they're going to be here next Tuesday, as an aside. Everybody's invited to that meeting. Actually, you're encouraged.
Yes, and that's
attend
actually on our Facebook page. So if you'd like more information on it, you can go to it. It's KWBJ TV 22, and that hopefully will put us in better standings.
Absolutely.
Because we're in the top 3.
We are definitely in the top 3.
Receive that funding and become an estuary. So, and we're actually one of the only local or area parishes that we are growing as far as our land.
Yes.
Everywhere else, it's being wiped away because of hurricanes or just the natural progression of water. COVID. I mean, I've asked everybody. I'm glad I didn't ask it first because I've been asking that first. But how did COVID impact the tours and the expo altogether?
So you and I were talking about that. So we had just wrapped up Eagle Expo when we went into lockdown. Mm-hmm. So we had it that year. Whether people had COVID, we don't know. But we had just wrapped up that year. 21, we did not have it. Right. We discussed it because it is an outdoor activity. Mm-hmm. And we thought, well, if we do outdoor activities, it shouldn't hurt us. But at that time, we worked with universities a lot, and they were all on lockdown. Anybody who was a professional was on lockdown and could not travel at that time. And then we felt like our demographic was an older demographic, so we did not have that. Yeah. Coming into this year, C.C. Lockwood has chosen not to do his photography event because, he had some concerns about COVID. We encouraged him. We were like, we'll put you in a larger space. Yeah. But, he just was not, he didn't want to do it. Yeah. So.
But there is also something else different that you've added, and that is you will be going to the Green Foundation property in Patterson. And that's a beautiful piece of property.
Yes. Unbeknownst to me, but through all the birders know that Cotton Road is a haven for birds of all types, songbirds and raptors. And so Cotton Road has amazing wildlife. And so the Green Foundation is at the very end, and they are facing the Gulf of Mexico and the Intracoastal Waterway, and so there's a plethora of wildlife out there.
Oh, I just thought about that. You're right. That is very, it's dense, and so you have, that'll be awesome. You mentioned on here, and this is awesome, the Purple Martins. Krista Adams is going to be speaking on that. And what I do know about Purple Martins is that as just individuals, they will live in homes that we create. Like that's kind of how they survive. If you've ever seen, and I wish I had a picture of it, but they're like little upside down domes. That's what purple martins live in. So I've been doing a little research, but when I saw that, so this is pretty interesting. If you have any type of interest in birds, I implore you to take advantage of this and come on out. Give us the dates one more time.
Yeah, it's going to be February 17th through the 19th. Coming up.
Maybe the 20th, 17th to the 20th.
17th, 18th, and 19th.
19th. Okay, so it's not the 20th.
It's not the
Okay.
Yeah, it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. So again, just to let you guys know, it's going to start on the 17th, which is a Thursday.
Yes.
18th, 19th, and it's a 3-day, event packed with so much. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Very much for coming. This is a really good event. People want to get out. This is one of the events you can get out, and you can definitely socially distance, but also you'll be outside for the boat tours. Take advantage of it. Go to CajunCoast.com for more information. And also, as always, make sure to subscribe to us on Facebook. We are KWBJ-TV 22. Take care. Welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica Foley Long. With me, we have William Gil, who is the music video director of this new video that's out. Actually, you wear many hats, but we're going to go with that for today because there's a new video that has surfaced. And many of you know Joe Burrow, but it's unfortunate that you didn't know who Joe Burrow was, right?
I have no idea who he was until this week.
Yes, and so there's a new video. It's called the Super Burrow Ring. Of course, we know that the Super Bowl is coming up, and he will be actually playing in the Super Bowl. And he plays with Cincinnati Bengals, and he's a former LSU quarterback, but also a former Heisman Trophy winner. So that's the local ties that we have with Joe Burrow, and everyone is just ringing his name, and we're pulling for him because, of course, for us, he's like a hometown boy. But speaking of hometown, I mean, you're right here in Patterson, and you got the opportunity. How did that come about?
Well, it's really interesting that Scott is the voice of Scooby-Doo, Scott Ennis. And we became friends a few years ago because I would go wherever it needed me to go and go work. And I always believe in paying it forward. You know, I don't require to be paid when I go somewhere. If it's a great project and they're helping people, I'm on it. Well, Scott called and said, "Hey, William, we have this Super Burrow song that we did for Joe Burrow." And I was like, "Well, who's Joe Burrow?" He was like, "Oh, my gosh." So we went and filmed the track in the studio. And I got one of your own, Keith Warman, come in and help us with the footage and get Joe Burrow footage. And we put it all together. And we're pretty excited about getting this song out there. I think we have about 100,000 views right now on the YouTube channel. And Scott is very excited about it. And of course, Nelson Blanchard, who is from Pierre Part, he also is a keyboard player for Louisiana LaRue Band. He was one of the writers for the song also. So we have some local people right here doing this track. And if you watch the video, you'll see Savio Cipollari. He's playing the little mandolin. And his great-grandfather owned Wilson's Landing in Patterson. You know, Wilson's Landing was like a bar, restaurant. You get bait, you launch your boat there. And it was there for a long time until the flood destroyed the building. Yeah. So we have some local talent, some people from right here in Patterson doing this project. I'm so excited that we could do this and pay it forward and also get on with the hype, because I'm hoping that that the game on Sunday goes in the favor I'm hoping it goes in.
That's right. Now, since you are kind of getting to know Joe and know what he's all about, are you going to be watching the game?
I'm hoping to watch it.
Okay.
I really am.
Yeah.
But I have my girlfriend sitting here with me. You might see this. This is my movie camera for when I'm doing movies. Mm-hmm. This is what I use. No, I did not bring it here to film this show. That's the first thing they asked me, "You're going to film this show?" I'm like, "Nah, this is just for a prop."
Yeah.
But this is what I use when I go out and shoot. So we have two of these, and this is Sony camera with the red lens on the front. It's really good.
Describe the song to us.
The song is a reminiscent of Johnny B. Good. It's a hit from the 60s, I think it is. And it's talking about how we love Joe Burrow, how he needs to bring the Super Bowl ring home. He's an LSU boy, and we love him. And it's about having a party and tailgating, and beer on ice, have your barbecue, your boudin, your gumbo. It's all Louisiana stuff, which I hold close to my heart. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, but the gumbos are important in our diet in South Louisiana.
I mean, give us a reason to party. I mean, hey, Joe Burrow. No, the Saints are not in in there. And so this is like kind of the closest thing. We have a former LSU quarterback and Heisman Trophy winner, and everyone pretty much kind of gravitated toward him. And he's originally, I think, from up north, but he is kind of an adoptee. And we love him, and so of course here we are with a song. He has to feel pretty excited to have a song named after him. Did you get an opportunity to talk to him?
No, we did not. Coach O was on the phone with us, and we spoke to him for a little while. He was supposed to send us some video footage, but you know, those guys are really busy, and we didn't get it on time.
Okay, okay.
But we did have Joel Saunier, Grammy Award winner. He was up in there doing the accordion part, and of course Nelson, who is from Louisiana LaRue. We have Scott Ennis, who's the voice of Scooby-Doo, Scrappy-Doo. I think he does Foghorn Leghorn, Popeye, a bunch of stuff. But like I said, he's right there in Baton Rouge, and it's a great team.
Okay. And you know, speaking of the team, I definitely want to talk a little bit more about just the local aspect. You kind of mentioned a little bit about it, but there's some really, really good facts about some of these individuals, and we'll talk a little bit about them, particularly Nelson Blanchard, and we'll talk a little bit more about Savio. You did mention about the history and how his family leads back here to Patterson, to Louisiana. So come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, my guest is William Gil. We're calling him the music video director for the purposes of today's show. And we're talking about Joe Burrow. You guys know that name. There's now a Joe Burrow song, and it has been viewed over 100,000 times. And you can go to YouTube to William Gil Films, is it?
That's correct.
To check it out. But let's talk a little bit about the team, all those people who had a hand in it. Of course, we mentioned some locals, and one of which is Mr. Nelson Blanchard, who is a part of Louisiana LaRue. And some interesting facts about him. Kind of tell us some things about him. He's from Pierre Part. Definitely.
Yeah, he's from Pierre Part, and of course he played music with Don Rich and Don Rich's dad. And he's thoroughly steeped in music. He produced Britney Spears' first record. He also did the last record with Kenny Rogers. Well, Scott and Nelson wrote a song, and they recorded it there with Kenny Rogers. And Kenny, I think he had an album, that record placed on the charts.
Come on.
And so that was his last charting song. It was written by Scott Ennis and Nelson and Kenny Rogers. Pretty amazing.
And on the mandolin you mentioned was Savio Capillari. Yeah. Is it Capillari?
Yeah.
Capillari?
You know, I can't pronounce it.
Cipollaro.
Yeah, Cipollaro. I keep getting it messed up. He's like, William, you need to learn my name, so I'm sorry, you know.
Yeah.
I'm learning. Yeah, like I said, he lives up in North Alabama. He's a part of the Cotton Picking Kids bluegrass band. Okay. They're very purist on wanting the music just right, because that's how bluegrass people are. They want it just right. And he plays mandolin. I really just can't get into it because I'm not from there. But like I said, he's doing real well with the Cotton Picking Kids band.
Yes, right. So he playing that type of instrument in this song. Does it keep a rock element?
Yes, it does, because it uses it for percussion. He was chicka 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 like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was keeping the rhythm. So he did a really good job.
Awesome.
Then we have Tereba Henderson. Her brother's Bobby Henderson. Tereba's in the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame. She's an amazing background vocalist, and she sings lead too, but in this song she's background. She did a really good job.
Awesome.
And then we have Joel Saunier, Grammy Award winner. He plays accordion. He's from Lake Charles area.
So pretty much everyone that had a hand in it has some ties to Louisiana.
Yes, ma'am.
If not locally.
Right.
So that's awesome. Yeah.
Tell you what, I always wanted to help, and these people all came up and helped. No one got paid. Not one person. It was all because we believe in this project and we believe in Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And I think he'll bring the ring home.
Yeah. So we're pulling for him at least.
We are.
I'm hoping the majority of people are, because hey, again, I know this area is we're split between there's a lot of Saints fans, definitely. Yes. Then we have some Dallas Cowboy fans, and maybe some Steelers somewhere in there. I don't know if they're like throwing tomatoes at the screen right now, but that's what I have observed. But if there's anything, we do have at least a local tie, and that is with Joe Burrow. He played for LSU, former Heisman Trophy winner, so it's good to know that at least we'll be represented some kind of way. Right. Do you know what was the response from him? Had you got anything, or had you heard anything about him hearing there's a song with his name in the title?
Yeah. I have not heard anything.
Okay.
Usually I'm the last one to know because I'm the music director. This is what I'm doing. Generally, if Scott gets something, he'll post it on Facebook and send it over. Yeah. But I haven't heard anything yet.
Okay. But so far you said it's up to at least 100,000 views.
Yes, it is.
And it is located on your YouTube channel. So what is next for you?
What's next? Scott and I are going to be doing another movie. We did 2 movies in last year. One of them got pretty much stole by the director, so that she took the footage and we can't get it. So I think it's going to be hidden forever. We had dat sauce in that movie, a lot of dat sauce, because that's a local person.
Right.
And I was one of the actors. You know, I got my SAG card a few years ago, so I was very excited about getting some more, credits on my name for that. But we have another movie coming up. It's supposed to be called Go Camping.
Okay.
And it's about all the things that happen when you go camping.
And I have one more question for you. And since you have all these accolades and different credits, do you sing?
No, I don't. I play piano and guitar.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Just thought maybe we could hear your voice maybe on the track or something like that. Maybe even in the future, but at least you know your strengths and your weaknesses,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Exactly
all
right.
Well, thank you so much. We really do appreciate you coming in for this, and thank you guys for tuning in. As always, make sure to subscribe to us on Facebook. We are KWBJ TV 22, and also subscribe to us on YouTube. We're KWBJ Live. You guys take care.